Hello, welcome to Crafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it is Saturday. So it is time for my weekly roundup. Yay! So what is my weekly roundup? It is where I go through my week in crafting. I show you any whips, works in progress, or finished objects, FOs I might have. I also talk about the book I'm reading. Yay, excitement! Oh, I also was supposed to grab the stack of patterns from the printer this week, but I have forgotten. That'll hold till next week. That's okay. So I do have an array of finished objects for you. Oh, actually there's one. I finished one. One is literally hot off the hook, and that's very exciting. So I'm going to move that here and then grab some of the other ones. I'm totally prepared. Totally well prepared as per usual. Okay, so first of all, I finished this little double crochet beanie for Miss Bingo. As you know, her hats are never complete without a pom-pom, so she has the pom-pom added. This is a Red Heart Super Saver variegated yarn she picked out. I think it was like water lilies, watercolors. I don't know. It was something impressionist, I remember. But there you go. I am working on a set of mittens to match for her. So one finished object down. I just freehanded that hat. It's no pattern I followed at all. Also, this is also for Bingo. I have made her sparkly pink ruffled scrunchie, which also means I have actually filmed the tutorial for this scrunchie finally. Editing is another question, so I will get on that, but I do have a tutorial almost ready to go. So yay, just some editing and we'll see. Now, if you watched my review of the blankie yarn, you saw I made this little ear warmer, neck warmer thing out of Tunisian crochet using the blankie yarn. It's just the Tunisian simple stitch, and I don't even know. No, I didn't. I cast on like 20 and just went like this all the way around until it kind of felt like it fit my head. Super good. And then I just did I single crochet or slip stitch it together? I slip stitched it together. Just held the two kind of short ends together. Slip stitched it. You got an ear warmer. Perfect. So I talk more about that yarn in the review. If you're interested, please go check it out. Again, that's free-handed, so I don't have any pattern to share on it. I do have a pattern on this though. So this is the latest in my washcloth series. What? So here I made, this is Tunisian crochet. I've been working on the Tunisian crochet, and this is a stitch sampler beanie that Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, I think that maybe the tutorial was 2-3 years old, but, ooh, excuse me. This was a really fun one. This was kind of the most complex washcloth I've made so far. I will say I used a smaller hook than what Mikey suggested in his tutorial. I find that with this yarn, this is the Loops and Threads Capri Eco cotton. I like how a 5mm Tunisian crochet hook works with this. This was gifted, the yarn was gifted to me by Seta from Seta's Place, and I'm using it to make washcloths. And these washcloths I'm still setting aside to go to Project Starfish. No, the Starfish Association. If you want more information about that, they do have a website. I'll link that down below. But they reached out to Heather from Strings and Threads, so she has all of the details. Basically, we are making washcloths and sending them to this organization. They help homeless veterans get back on their feet. They have washing stations. They make tiny houses. It sounds like an absolutely amazing cause, and I love being able to support them, but Heather has all the details, and they've been kind of working with her to get this out, and it is fantastic. So yep, I have, this is the second I've made out of this speckled yellow, and I have enough to make at least one more. So yay! Final finished object I have to share with you. No, I'm not. No, I'm lying. This is the second to last I have to share with you. The second last of the ones I can share with you. It's this basket. I'm not going to talk too terribly much about this basket. Again, I whipped this up freehand. This is made with the Mary Maxim Titan yarn. So expect to see a tutorial on that either next week or the week after. I feel like this coming week is pretty full with things I need to do, so it might wait an extra week. We'll see. I don't know. I got into the calendar. Final finished object that I can share with you. I finally finished it. It is the green baby blanket. And I did do a rose on it. I was gonna do a cluster of 3 roses, and then this rose turned out gigantic, so I just did the one. So the blanket is a Bod Bago Day baby blanket design. So I used her, one of her rose tutorials to make the flower, except she used a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I did not. And I didn't think it would come out this much bigger than the other one, because the blanket used a 6 millimeter, so I just used the 6 millimeter hook I had out, and that's what happened. So I thought it was awfully big, and the one rose looked very cute on it. So here you go. I used the mint yarn, and then I trimmed it in the white. The green yarn is a Turkish direct yarn from Hirschner's. The white is just Craft Smart white. And there you go. So this is going to get wrapped up, boxed up, and sent off to be the gift to Brian's co-worker. So yay, we finished it. I am so excited. The pattern for this and the washcloth from Mikey is going to be linked down below, so don't worry one bit about this. This tutorial was something like easy baby blanket, something like that. It wasn't anything fancy, but she did say it was the brick stitch. So there you go. I thought that turned out very lovely. I almost went around with another row on the flower of just single crochets in the green. I am so glad I didn't. I cannot imagine how big that flower would have turned out. It's literally larger than my palm. I really didn't think it would be that big of a difference. So let's hop into my whips. I've got quite a few. They've been proliferating, but I am trying to dial it down. So I know I had said in the past, I want to always have a bod project on the go. I'm going to have to put that on pause for a little bit. So I want to decrease the number of whips I have in the kids' play area in the basement, so I can focus more on the dino blanket that we're doing for the Dino-tastic event with Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction. So I want to be able to focus more on that blanket. But what I do have is a knit hat. And okay, so that's why, yeah, I'm going to drop the bod projects, and I'll start that back up later. And you never know, I'll probably feel the need to start something. You know, these kind of like moratoriums on whips never last. But I am still working on my green giant hat. This is a free pattern I got off of Ravelry. I'm using Malabrigo Rasta yarn in the color Arco Iris, and I really like this. This is a knit beanie, and it's really, I think I have an inch and a half to go here before I start decreasing for the crown. So it is a pretty quick workup. The only thing that stops me on this is my wrist. I can't work with the super thick yarn for long periods. It causes me pain. The green giant pattern is by Julie Vasadi Kovacs. There you go. Just search green giant on Ravelry and it should pop up. Otherwise, it'll be linked down below. So you can just nab it there. I'm using just some boy aluminum needles I have. I'm using the 13, US 13, which is what, 9mm? Yeah, 9mm. So that's, I'm plugging along at that hat. That hat is another one for my LYS hat challenge. We'll get that done at some point. And then I have, I'm trying to figure out where to put that, my socks. We're going to just do my 2 knit projects right away. So I've been working on the next of the fruit socks for the kiddos. Bingo wanted a sock made from the Premier Fruits orange. So here we go. I have finished the heel turn, gusset, and all of that, and I'm now working in earnest on the foot of the sock. So I have 2, 3, 4. I need 5. I'm about 45 rows, I think, until I start doing the toes. I don't know, my count might be off. I don't remember. I need 6. It's going to be 9 stitch markers total. I have 4.5. So yeah, 45, about 45 rows till I start the toe decrease. It is, you know, a little easier making socks for tinier feet. This one, I'm kind of just following the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla pattern on 9-inch circs, but I'm kind of doing it from my memory, so I don't know. I've also had to scale it down so it's smaller for her little itty bitty feet. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's loosely based on that. You know, I'm feeling more comfortable and confident in making socks now. So that's really awesome. I'm using the Premier Fruit sock yarn. The needle are my Clover Takumi US 2 bamboo needles. And then when I have to switch to DPN, I have my ChowGoo stainless steel because I had some bamboo ones and they just felt like, you know, toothpicks that I was going to snap in my hands. So I had to move to stainless steel DPNs for socks. For my own mental health. Okay, the other, nope, I have 2 other crochet projects. So here I found a mitten pattern. This is also free off of Ravelry. Ms. Murdoch's Mittens from Brenda KB Anderson. This has child, large child, and adult sizes. And I think it's a good mitten pattern. I'm finding it very easy to follow. I did, however, she wants you to use 4mm crochet hook. I thought it was far too tight, so I went up to a 4.5. So I did have to rip it out and restart this, but here we go. I have started the matching mitten for Bingo's hat. And then I'm just using, I keep meaning to do the review on these hooks. They're really nice hooks. I got them off of Amazon. So I'm working on that. And then I also, Miss Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet. I have not yet published the video where I talk about getting this book, but I recently got 3 or 4 new knitting or crochet books. I think it was 3. And this one was because I saw Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming issue a challenge regarding this little birdie here, and I thought it looked so fun. I had to hop in on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this within the month of August. I apologize, Laura, but it will get done. I can promise you that. So this is by Emily Pinot. I believe that's how you say her name. And it's fun. I looked it up on Amazon and it was, I forget what it was, but I remember thinking, wow, that's a good price, because its cover price is $21.95 and I got it at a good discount. So I thought it looked fun to do, and of course the kids are looking through it saying, I want that one and that one and that one, and I say, hold your horses, kiddos. You got me knee deep in socks right now. But I have begun, and I was actually going to use a different yarn, and then Amy from Hooked on Wishing Crochet had commented on this yarn and said, that looks like a chicken pot holder or a chicken coaster, something. I was like, you have given me a brilliant idea. So I'm using that rag yarn from Mary Maxim, the leftover stuff I had, to do the body of the chicken. So it's going to kind of look like one of those kind of multicolored hens. I thought it would be super cute. And then I've got some scrap yellow to do the little feet, and I've got some scrap red to do the little superhero cape it has on back. So there we go, Laura. I have joined in your adventure. I will let you know how it progresses. And I have finally, I have such a funny story about this shawl this week. Oh, okay, so I had less time crafting overall because we did go to an amusement park this week. So that, like, you know, the time leading up to it, you got to prepare. You have the day of, that whole day's gone. And then the day after, everyone is just like, your feet hurt, you're dehydrated, you're sunburned. You need a recovery day. So not a lot of crafting was going on this week. And when I was crafting, I was like, oh, I'm going to do my shawl. Except instead of picking up the shawl I should have been working on, I have somehow managed to get an entire week ahead on my Things We're Making Thursday shawl when I was supposed to be working on my Darla Jacob's Ladder shawl. So I am way farther ahead on my Things We're Making Thursday shawl than I should be, and I'm a little behind on this, but I also think it's kind of a wash because now I can pre-film my Things We're Making Thursday and maybe just finish it up and have it done for the month, and it'll be awesome. And then I can just focus. This is a little white yarn left over from that blanket. Focus on the Darla shawl, which, I mean, it is getting substantial. I think soon I am going to stop expanding. So here it is. This I'm doing for my entry. Just kidding, it's not an entry. For the Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight this month, it's Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. And I make a project by the creator, and it is one of the giveaway items. So I am making her Jacob's Ladder shawl. I'm using a Caron Big Cake. I have 2 of these. I am almost done with the first big cake, so I'm definitely going to have to tie on the second big cake, but I don't know how much of that cake I'm going to have to end up using. But there we go. That's where I've stopped. And yeah, so you just this is such a fabulous pattern. It is such a cruise control pattern. You can just sit and bloop, 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 work, chat away, watch a show, watch the kids, and it's wonderful. And so I've used Caron cakes, but I've never used the big cakes, and I am really liking the feel of this yarn. I like it. It somehow feels a little different to me than the Caron cakes I've used, and I don't know why. Like, I feel like the Caron cakes I've had before had like a bit of a fuzz to it, and this does not have a bit of a fuzz to it. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. And I am excited to get to my length, width, whatever you want to call it, that I want, so I can start the finishing touches and getting it together. I don't think there's that much more to go on this one. So yeah, like I said, I have never done a Jacob's Ladder project before, and I had to giggle when that was the process you use with the chains, because I've done something similar in knitting, but it wasn't called the Jacob's Ladder, so it never clicked in my head that that is what it would be. So yeah, just one of those little funny things. But that is all I have for crafty goodness. I'm trying to go fast because I feel like these weekly roundups have been going along lately and I don't want to hold you forever. So let's talk about the books that I'm reading. I say books plural because I finished Victory City and it's been returned to the library. I did enjoy it. I really quite enjoyed it. I would recommend it. It does make me wonder if I would have gotten more from the book if I was more well versed in Hindu mythology. But I think even without having that background, you can read the book and you can get quite a bit out of it. You can get appreciation for Hindu mythology. And there are, I think, more modern critiques that you can read and glean from the book. And yeah, I think it's good. I'd not read anything by Salman Rushdie before, and I thought that was a good book. I went to read some reviews on Goodreads of some other books to see if I should try other ones, and they seem very split on whether or not you should read them or not. I'll probably read them, you know, you never know. But that did mean I had to go to the I almost said the bookstore, to the library to pick up 2 other holds. So I had this article that was from the BBC, I think, that was listing like best books of 2023 you should read or something like that. And I was just plopping them on like through the library hold system, and 2 of them came available at once on me. So I grabbed them. This one is very nearly done. I'm like 2/3 of the way done. It is a quick read. I've only been reading this for like 3 days, maybe 4 days. This is Pineapple Street. It is by Jenny Jackson. And I'm liking it. It is a very modern novel. It is set in present day New York. It tells the story of, it's a point of view book written from 3 women's points of view, and it kind of revolves around a wealthy family in the real estate business, real estate banking, something like that. Real estate development, I guess we'll say. And so it was like the real estate business been handed down generation to generation, and now we're in the current generation, and they're, you know, trying to find their place in the world. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm liking it. There's a really funny part that hit kind of closer to home than I ever thought, and I had to read it aloud to Brian, and we had a good giggle. So that was funny. And yeah, it is a breeze of a read. It's kind of a nice palate cleanser from the serious stuff I've been reading. So, Pineapple Street, as you can see, Good Morning America Book Club used it. A GMA book club pick. I didn't even know I had a book club. They picked it. And yeah, it's been good. It was one of the ones with the longest wait list at the library. So I'm kind of a little shocked it's in my hands right now. But that's okay. It's going to soon be back at the library and someone else can have it. It'll be awesome. And yeah, so then I'll talk next week probably about the other new book I'm reading, because it's sitting on the bedside table right now. I will talk to you all later. Bye!